Occurred, the 19th of August 2021 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Evansville, Indiana, USA. Shape. Flash duration. 30 seconds. No of observers. 1. I was outside on my phone when I saw a flash or a blink of white light in the sky. Followed by another about from my perspective 3 feet from one another way far away. It looked like a star winked 2x but never seen the blink come back until about 10 seconds later. It looked as if a small rocket launched from the area of the wings and was green in color, followed by a glowing tail of light, and then disappeared within seconds, and never saw another blink or star appear. It was just nothing. The strangest thing I have encountered in a while.
Occurred, the 10th of September 2020 20 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Evansville, Indiana, USA. Shape. Light duration. 10 to 15 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics. Lights on object. Aircraft nearby. I see possibly 2 of the same craft that landed on Maxwell Avenue. 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Me and my father are returning home via Highway 41 after church band practice, and we see 2 white, light blue lights side by side hovering in the air and slowly moving to the north. As we are going down 41, I say, "Look at that plane." At this point I was thinking it was a plane, but I'm still unsure about it because of how bright the lights were. At this same time I spot the craft. I see a plane with landing lights on and navigation lights on coming in for a landing at EVV Airport. My dad replies, "That's a UFO." Then I reply back saying, "Well, how would you know?" He then replies jokingly, "Because that's my mothership." And we both laugh. As I look at the craft again, it is now slowly moving south. I couldn't tell because the craft had now moved above the downtown section of Evansville. This craft either moved incredibly fast or there were 2 of these craft. Still to this day I question if my father has had experiences that he just doesn't wish to share. I remember one morning my dad said to me that I was genetically modified. Was he just joking? Or does he know about the connection that our bloodline possess? Someday I will question him about it.
Occurred, the 13th of November 2020 16 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Evansville, Indiana, USA. Shape. Triangle duration. 1 hour. No of observers. 1 characteristics. Lights on object, aura or haze around object. Delta shaped slow moving something. Walking my dog, looked up. Saw faint white mist like glow. Removed my phone, set to take picture. Zoomed to focus and delta shape was visible. Movement was slow and in an eastern direction. No sound was heard. Only slow movement. Finally was too far away to see due to tree line. I could not tell size.
Occurred, the 3rd of February 2021 12 hours 32 minutes and 0 seconds local location, Evansville, Indiana, USA. Shape, sphere duration, 1 minute. No of observers. 1 short series of photos shows spherical object traveling east. I was taking pictures of the sky for artistic backdrops. I decided to risk phone damage and shot 3 pictures directly at the sun. I thought the small circle in the middle picture was a bright light anomaly until I realized it was in all 3 pictures. The pictures were all shot within the same minute. The first picture shows the object just west of the sun. The second picture shows it farther east of the sun. The third picture shows it still farther east, but it is partially obscured by tree branches and can only be seen while zoomed in. Had I known the object was in the pictures, I would have sequenced much more thoroughly, but I didn't know for a couple of days. The pictures were shot at 12:32, the 2nd of March 21. The sun was fairly low and directly south.
Occurred, the 1st of February 2022 9 hours 56 minutes and 0 seconds local location, Evansville, Indiana, USA. Location details, near the Evansville Airport on 41. Shape, unknown duration, and LT, 2 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics, aura or haze around object. Aircraft nearby witnessed a shimmery, metallic object move at a high rate of speed from right to left, left to right, and then sit stationary. The object was very abnormal. I've seen plenty of planes, helicopters, weather balloons, and I enjoy watching the night sky. This was nothing of the sort. The object had a chrome shiny exterior and reflected light as if it were a mirror. It moved much faster than the planes I've seen, and seemed to change direction in an instant. The object stopped and remained stationary, so I grabbed my phone and began recording. I was in a work van that was pretty dirty, so getting good footage was hard. I noticed the object began shimmering, before moving southwest and disappearing. My boss was the driver of the vehicle. He is a church minister and a devoted Christian. He was the only other witness in the vehicle with me. He had trouble seeing it while driving. When I reviewed the video I took, iPhone 13 Pro Max, I noticed a strange interference on the video that created blurry pixels on the objects near me in the video. The video is poor, but my eyesight is not.
Occurred, the 3rd of March 2022, 19 hours 14 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Evansville, Indiana, USA. Location details. Western sky of Evansville, Indiana. Shape, light duration, approximately 70 minutes. Know of observers. 3 characteristics: lights on object, changed color, hovering lights for over an hour. My friend who lives 15 miles west of me texted me and asked if I saw 3 lights in the sky to the west. I went outside on the deck and took 2 videos. My wife and I watched the 2 hover for over an hour, and the 3rd would disappear then reappear. What is interesting is that he lives 15 miles west of me and was looking to his western sky, meaning these lights had to be pretty far away but were very visible. After approximately 70 minutes, the lights, objects, went upward and disappeared. Please email me and I will email you the videos. Having trouble doing it on this site. Thanks.
Occurred, the 11th of July 2022, 22 hours 37 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Evansville, Indiana, USA. Location details, in country. Shape, unknown. Duration, my video is 9 seconds. Know of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, landed there, was like a drone, then what I can describe as a man-operated drone. I was locked out of my house and waiting for my husband when I first just noticed a drone and figured someone was playing with the drone. Then shortly after my little video of the drone, I noticed this other thing and recorded it, and wish I'd recorded longer. I tried to upload my videos but I wasn't able to.
Occurred, the 22nd of August 2022, 20 hours 50 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Evansville, Indiana, USA. Location details. Was in the sky to the north, traveling west. Shape, sphere. Duration, 5 minutes. Know of observers. 4 characteristics: aura or haze around object. Aircraft nearby, very large orange sphere that sucked in on itself and then released energy and was gone. The sphere was traveling east to west. It was extremely bright orange we saw for approximately 4 to 5 minutes, then the sphere almost appeared to suck in on itself, and they release a bright light and was gone.
Occurred, the 1st of September 2022, 20 hours 55 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Evansville, Indiana, USA. Location details. Costco gas station. Shape, orb. Duration, 5 minutes. Know of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object. I look out north and see a strange light formation. I had looked down at my phone and saw it was 8:55 p.m. and decided to finish closing things up. I looked north and saw some lights in the sky and didn't think anything. And then I thought, what? I had never seen anything like it. I had closed many times out there and had never seen anything like it out there. 3 very bright orbs in a triangle formation hovering in place. And then to my shock they began to move into line. I was so freaked out that I quickly finished my tasks. That took no more than 5 minutes, and when I looked back, they were gone. In the time they were there, I snagged a video of the line formation.
Occurred, the 9th of September 2022, 20 hours 15 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Evansville, Indiana, USA. Location details, 2519 so. Alvord Boulevard. Shape, triangle. Duration, around 2 minutes. Know of observers. 2 characteristics: lights on object, animals reacted. 2 objects came from east to west. I witnessed 2 orange objects coming from the east low on the horizon. The first one passed over and I looked through my binoculars to see that the orange glow was actually 3 smaller lights grouped together on center underbelly of craft that was triangle in shape. At this time my wife came outside just in time to see the second craft approaching, when all of a sudden the orange glow on second craft went out. The whole craft just disappeared, but when I raised my binoculars I could see a more rounded solid black object flying by. When I removed my binoculars I could no longer see it. Pull them back up and there it was. I could not figure out why I couldn't see it without binoculars. I called 911 and made a report, and the police came and arrested me. The sighting cost me $250 bond. The crafts were flying low, maybe a mile high, just below cloud cover. The moon was just above the horizon.
Occurred the 30th of June 1970, 0 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location. In USA. Shape. Duration. Characteristics. Lights on object. Left a trail. Landed object blended with dark, bright light as if daylight. Left mark on ground. Humming, whirl, deep loud sound. Dear Sirs, the area, though I'm not quite sure, was part of the Reynolds farmland some time ago. This is not giving away an address or specific location, but of an idea of explanation on why the event occurred where it did. This occurred in the summer of 1970. In the middle of the night, a bright light started coming toward our house. It was a steady white and bright light coming down on an angle, extremely slow and quite steady. Because the light shone directly into my bedroom window, I thought at first it was a motorcycle. I complained about the light just hovering across the street, but it remained there as I peeked out the window. The center of the window frame and a tree could have blocked a lot more information. I remember saying, "Freakin' turn already." Then I realized it wasn't a motorcycle, but a spaceship. Its color blended in with the surroundings, possibly due to the extreme brightness of the ship's lighting. It made a very soothing hum with a slight whirling sound to it. The sound resonating from it could possibly help keep people asleep, if not for the extremely bright light in my eyes. Please note, at the time I was 14, and terrified because of all the horror stories displayed on television. At the time I thought of waking my parents, but I figured they'd think I was a nutcase and tell me to go back to bed. I distinctly remember uttering, "Don't take me," dropped my legs off to the side and covered my head as if the bed was made up. In the morning, I went to investigate. If it was meant to be something of evidence would show. In fact, the ship left about a 5-foot light gray-colored prefect circle on the scrubby ground. The sparse 1 to 3 inch grass in and at the circle's line was burned black and curled. The weeds, like dandelions, were burned on the edges of the leaves but not all the way through. There was a circular patch of tan-colored hay grass which had its shaft striped of leaves so as only the interior of the grass stem was left. The grass stood perfectly straight up, and the top looked more like wheat than hay grass tops. The ship's calling card. I haven't measured the distance from the gray circle to approximately where the light was, yet. However, best guess at this time would make the ship approximately a minimum of 50 feet plus. P.S. My father noticed the stop sign was lifted very high up.
Occurred the 16th of October 2022, 2 hours 17 minutes and 0 seconds local location, Evansville, Indiana, USA. Location details: Stewart Avenue and Washington Avenue. Shape, light duration, maybe 30 seconds. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, loud noise hovering over my home with blinking lights. I was asleep and awoke to a loud noise of an aircraft almost on top of my house. I saw the blinking lights on my blinds. It did not sound like a helicopter. It was an intense sound and then was quickly gone.
Occurred the 21st of January 2022, 21 hours 23 minutes and 0 seconds local location, St. Joseph, IN, USA. Location details: second floor balcony looking over Lake Michigan. Shape, fireball. Duration, 15 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics: lights on object, aura or haze around object. Aircraft nearby. From second floor balcony we could see the orb sitting in place over Lake Michigan. Bright orange fireball looking orb sitting what appeared to be stationary. I had my binoculars and viewed the orb for a few minutes. No flashing lights, no red or green lights, just bright orange in color. I viewed it until I was frozen by cold temps and went back inside. We lined up the orb with nearby tree branches to see if it was moving. It appeared stationary. A few planes were in the distance from Chicago. We identified them by white lights and flashing. We wondered if it was a planet since it was not moving. The orb then began moving out more towards the lake. Then the orb began getting smaller in size and disappeared. We went back inside and soon it returned